to mention that before the Second World War, we were all well connected by roads. So if we had to go to Thailand, we would drive down there. In fact, Myanmar was a part of India. And we're truly looking forward to filmmakers who would actually come up with a common culture and come up with new ideas, have a screenplay on something similar to pre-World War II, and have a journey with the wonderful ASEAN countries as well. Thank you, sir, for being here with us this morning. Commissioner, Government of Nagaland, Shri Jyoti Kalash, IAS. Thank you so much for being here with us. We now welcome Government of Mizoram, the Deputy Resident Commissioners, Mr. Puzaya. Can we kindly have you here on stage? We have a lovely actor and model with us, ladies and gentlemen, from Manipur, Ms. Lin Laishram. Could we kindly welcome you here on the dais? Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for the Joint Director of Sikkim Tourism, Government of Sikkim, Mr. Madan Kumar Pradhan. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. Deputy General Manager of Exim Bank, Mr. Nirmit Ved. We did love to have with us Mr. Anil Sharma. Thank you so much for being here with us. A wholehearty welcome to you, sir. With a loud round of applause, please welcome Mrs. Maya Kohli, eminent producer from Arunachal Pradesh. Can we please have you here on the dais, Mrs. Maya Kohli? Thank you. Let's welcome Director General of NHRDN, Mr. Dhananjay Singh. Can we please have you here on the dais, Mr. Dhananjay Singh? We have with us two Bollywood actors. Varun Sharma, can we please have you here on the dais? Can we please have Dr. Gulshan Sharma? Can we kindly have you here on the dais, sir? Thank you. I did once again love to thank all the dignitaries for being here on the dais. Thank you to each and every one of you. And now, for the formal inaugural welcome speech, can we please invite upon Dr. Gulshan Sharma, the Director General of International Chamber for Service Industry.
Countries, my brothers and sisters from the Northeast, and of course, the most vibrant and the most dynamic and most happening, the media entertainment industry over here in Mumbai. Wishing you all a very, very happy day. First of all, let's put your hand together. Patanjali says, let's have some energy early in the morning. Let's put your hands together. And I would request those who are sitting at the back, why not we should occupy the front chairs? That would be very kind of you. Those are at the back, please move up. That would really be nice, so that the people, those are coming afterwards, they can come at the back. Please come and fill these chairs. That would be very kind of you. And is Varun sitting in the audience? Where is he? Varun? Okay, just get him. Ladies and gentlemen, before I come to the formal presentation, Parul, I would like to have my laptop. Yeah, I just wish to share that this is in the history of India for the first time. Right from the 1947, when we educated ourselves quite a bit onto it, that the entire northeast region of India, all the 8 states together, along with, for the first time, the entire ASEAN club together, when ASEAN is having 50 years and India is having 25 years. Let's put hands together for the whole amalgamation and the whole collaboration and celebration and jubilation, whatever you would like to talk about. Because media is something happening, and entertainment is when really you bring a lot of happiness to the people. Few chairs are still empty in the front. I would request, some of us, of course, we enjoy Rajya Sabha seats, but please come to Lok Sabha also. They are also quite nice. We can move up also. So I would request you, those are at the back, please move up. We have got chairs over here. No names, no restrictions. Anybody can come and sit over here. Now, okay, just a couple of slides I would like to quickly share with you. I would like to work on to that. But before I come to the slides, let me share a couple of very important things. Parul, whosoever is your person taking care of it, the presentation, I would request you just to take care and give me the ready-made. Right. Northeast, when we are talking about, the Honorable Prime Minister has taken a lot of initiative. And before it used to be a different kind of a version, but now it is Act East policy. And when we talk about Act East policy, it's very important, which we have to learn and share over here, that under Act East policy, a lot of initiatives are being taken, a lot of work is going on over there. For the last 2 years, Mr. Sudhanshu Pandey had been working very hard how to package the whole Northeast together and bring it into the main forum of the country, where people come to know what exactly is the hidden treasure, what is the unexplored treasure, and what all is available as far as Northeast is concerned. Now, in that regard, a couple of programs have taken place in Northeast itself, but now we are moving out of the state. And today the focus when we talk about services sector, of course, all of us, we know about the GDP part, agriculture, manufacturing, and services. And services having the largest chunk and the component in the GDP of India. And in services sector, of course, number of areas are there. Tourism is there, hospitality is there, airlines is there, media entertainment is there, education is there, health is there, IT is there, telecom is there, sales and marketing is there, packaging is there. Anything you can talk about, that all is a part of services sector. Now today over here in Mumbai, first of all, our deep gratitudes and thanks to the entire media entertainment fraternity. And I was sharing a couple of notes with Ashish ji, with the Yash Raj, and of course with Agrawal Sahab and other, when we were having a little informal talk. Remember when things were moving out, people were planning that a lot of things are available outside, where you have a hassle-free film shootings, you can go around, you can have packages, you can have some incentives. But today, with a very open mind, the Ministry of Commerce and Industries initiative, they have come forward. What are you looking forward as far as Northeast is concerned? What exactly Northeast can offer? What are the places which Northeast, respective 8 governments would like to package? And finally, something has to emerge, like UP has done, Tamil Nadu has done, and a couple of other states have done, where there should be an amalgamated package available. And today, before we will close the session in the evening around 4:30, we have got something very interesting. On 1st of August, there is going to be an aviation conference to start the direct flights from Guwahati to the ASEAN countries and to the different places. And this morning, when we were talking about, I shared the vision and I learned that Vietnam country as a whole, they have taken the initiative that from the October, they are planning to start the Via Air, their airlines, which they have got domestic, that will have a direct flight from Delhi to Ho Chi Minh City. Similar way, Fly Dubai is taking a lot of initiative now. You'll be surprised to know if I share with each one of you, there are 143 flights from India every day to Dubai. 143 flights. Imagine how much traffic is going from here to Dubai every day. And when we were talking with the Fly Dubai people, so they were telling, and they gave some incentive further. Today, around 4:15, I'll have the regional head of the Fly Dubai also joining us over here. And when we have an open session, it should be a little bit different dialogue today, which we initiate with each other. It should not be a one-way traffic. The presentations are there and something comes up and all that. We wish to have your suggestions. What exactly you are looking forward to in terms of hotels, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of transportation, in terms of equipment, in terms of manpower. And ladies and gentlemen, I come from the armed forces. And when I look back 43 years of my life, there is no place better than Northeast in India. When you have not traveled to Northeast, you have not seen India. It's such a beautiful, unexplored paradise, these 8 states. I have walked on foot. And when you travel a couple of places of Northeast, you come to know. And similar way, when I talk about ASEAN, that's again natural confluence. We have got culture, cuisine, features, our customs, traditions. So many things, similarities are there. So the time has come now that today, for the first time, the Northeast region and the ASEAN with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, how we can package, what we should package, how we should go ahead. We have got a lot of associations, different associations over here. You have got Producers Association, Directors Associations, IMPA, SINTA. You have got Young Artists Associations. Chabra Saab had been having a deliberations. A lot of people we have met last time also when Ministry of Tourism Additional Secretary had come. What I wish to share is you got to package it, whole thing together. And if entire Northeast and ASEAN is clubbed together, with all the association and a confluence come over there, by 4 o'clock in the evening, we will have 2 packages, something very nice. The best suggestion which will come from the audience, not from the participant on the dais, the dialogue, the panel discussion, but from the audience, 2 best packages which will come. Choice is yours. Wherever you would like to travel in Northeast, you will have 3 nights and 4 days free fam tour to that particular place in Northeast. We need to have your suggestion, something concrete. And of course, again, how the entire Northeast and ASEAN to be clubbed together. I have spoken to Fly Dubai. Another good suggestion which will come by evening by 4:30. They are ready to give 2 complimentary tickets. Anybody can fly to Dubai and have about 2 nights trip to Dubai. Wonderful, and see over there also. With that as a node, little incentive, let me share. And let me go on to the presentation part, what we have got. Can we have the slides coming on that also? Okay, it's not possible. So then how will I show it over here? Sorry? No, presentation is here. I want to just club it. It's not. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let me just share 5 to 6 slides quickly with you so that we are on the common range, common frequency. When we are talking about Northeast India and the ASEAN together, so we have got 10 countries in the ASEAN and we have got 8 states in the Northeast. So 18 of them together. Today, the confluence, the melting pot, and we work out something nice. From here, how we travel, what we work out, and what we plan. Your technology, Parul, is little advanced. Over here is next slide, whereas there is the previous slide. Anyway, it's a technology, digital technology, no problems. I will take it on yours, what you want to show. Okay. Now, the next slide, which I wish to share over here is, these are various events which have already taken place in the Northeast. We have deliberated on tourism, we have deliberated on health, we have deliberated on education, we have deliberated on IT, telecom, couple of other areas. And today the deliberation takes place with regard to when we are talking about the media entertainment industry. Now, when we are talking about cinematic tourism, it's something very interesting. Every state is interested, every country is interested to promote their tourism the best possible way. They've got road shows, they've got conferences, they've got trade fairs, they've got exhibitions, they've got expos, they've got a display of the talents, whatsoever is being done. But when we talk about cinematic tourism, it's a coining which I did as a part of my PhD, I still recollect. The econometric model which has to be drawn on cinematic tourism, every country is interested to promote tourism, and at the same time, there is no better vehicle than the entertainment industry which can promote tourism. When we club these things two together, the wonders can be done over there because the tourism automatically travels. Varunji, you can come and take this chair. Please come and join me. You are outside. Please come here. Come and join. He is a youngster who was in Fukre earlier, then Dilwale, and now Fukre 2 part is coming. So I told him before that you release it, you please come over here. Yes. Now, what we wish to share over here is cinematic tourism when we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the tourism and the cinema, they have to be clubbed together. And I was talking and I was getting some inputs from Pandey Sahab, the Joint Secretary this morning. We are very keen how we can package the entire Northeast together. We understand what exactly media entertainment is looking forward to in Northeast. And at the same time, when we have got the dignitaries from the ASEAN country, I'm pretty sure there is going to be a competition today. If there are 10 countries, let's see which country takes the fam tour of the media entertainment industry from Bollywood, from Mumbai, first to their country. Let's work it out. Let's package it and let's see it today. Vietnam is looking towards me. Philippines has also looked towards me. Brunei always looks at me. So we will work at it. We will plan on to it. And how do we go by? So let's club together. There should be a fam tour of the media entertainment industry which should be taken, and we should package it. We should see what incentives, perks, privileges, and better offers are taken care of with regard to media entertainment and with regard to cinematic tourism, with regard to entire Northeast region, and with regard to entire ASEAN together, what we can do with the media entertainment industry. Once again, deep gratitude and thanks. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. 5-year-old, but I've got a child in me which is 25-year young. And that is the one which takes me. And although I didn't want to share in public, but let me share. My wife is right over here. That's my energy. That's my backbone. And that's the lady because of whom she has nourished me, chiseled me, developed me, and made me somewhere acceptable human being in the society. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You left nothing for us to say behind every successful man is, well, of course, a lovely lady there. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Mr. Mehul Kumar, Mr. Sham Shroff, and Miss Rani Hazarika, the very famous singer. Thank you so much. You in the audience, we're definitely going to listen to your tunes, but after some time. Thank you for being here with us.
A very good morning, good afternoon to all the dignitaries present on the dais, off the dais, distinguished artists, people from the media, entertainment industry, film industry. This is one industry which holds tremendous soft power. It connects people, it connects cultures, it connects humanity, and it connects them emotionally. It connects them very powerfully. The economic integration is something which comes with lot of other things. But the soft power of media, entertainment, film, we have seen globally. Even if you don't know people, even if you don't know language, but you pick up films from different parts of the world and you start enjoying them. Start enjoying, especially the Indian films are known for their music, songs, dances, colors. And this is what has actually been splashed all over the world and gives that emotional connect with the culture of this place. Dr. Sharma mentioned about the strong Indian diaspora. We also have another partner country here, Philippines. Their diaspora is equally strong. They are also all over the world like Indians. And they get integrated very well in the society. The today's initiative, it's a maiden initiative. We had a lot of apprehensions because Mumbai is a busy city. And getting people in Mumbai is always a challenge. And especially people from the film industry. But we thought we must take this plunge. We must take this initiative because if we were to do this first program in Guwahati or Shillong or Tawang or anywhere in Northeast, then getting all the film industry people, media entertainment industry people to Northeast would be difficult. And therefore, to begin with, let us try to create a platform to connect people of all the three parts, the northeastern region of India, the ASEAN countries, and the Bollywood film industry. Bombay is the capital for this. Today, India produces nearly 2,000 films in terms of numbers, largest in the world every year. But still, in terms of our global revenue, in terms of our overall size, we are not that big in value terms. We are still about, the global revenues are still about 6 to 7% of the total revenues that come from the film industry, which is not, we should be actually targeting to double it. And it is possible. And this actually just requires rich content of films with which people can connect. And that is what we were discussing in the morning, that the ASEAN region and the northeastern region, they have so much in common in their history, in their culture, in their way of life, that the stories can be picked up, content can be picked up by script writers, people who have the imagination and creativity, and they can weave around that content beautiful stories connecting people. And why don't we initiate a project with the film industry where countries of this region and Northeast, they come together and try to create film which is shared in terms of connect by people living in the entire region. It was mentioned in the beginning, and this is true, that after the World War II, the borders became rather difficult. Prior to that, the international borders, the nation-state concept was very loose, as a result of which borders were by and large porous. People moved freely from one country to another. In Burma, which is now Myanmar, people used to move across. People used to move across to Thailand, to Malaysia. Some of the countries didn't exist at that time. It was free movement of people because nobody had any apprehension about each other. We have to again create that environment because businesses happen, commerce, trade, economic activity happens when you have trust and confidence. And that ground is prepared very well by the softer power of our cultures. And this is what is the intention. So today when we have brought you all together here, our intent is very limited, but we want you to take it forward. You take it forward by being in communication, by creating policies and programs which are conducive to connecting people, connecting industry, connecting talent, Can there be a common talent program? Can there be sharing of experience among studios, film studios? Can investment flow in creating such film studios in northeastern region? Because today, the technology is such that with very little investment, actually, you can create a special effects. And as Dr. Gulshan Sharma was mentioning, people of northeastern region are extremely talented in soft skills. Means when it comes to softer skills, they are extremely talented, they are extremely dynamic, extremely energetic, and this inherent and natural talent can actually produce wonders. Government of India on its part, connectivity used to be one of the challenges. As we see in next about 3 to 5 years horizon, the infrastructural connectivity scenario in Northeast and the ASEAN countries is going to change quite dramatically. The expressway is going right up to Manipur. The expressway between Myanmar and Manipur is already under construction. A very major project of construction of roads and bridges from the Myanmar side, funded by India, connecting India and the northeastern region and the ASEAN, is under implementation. Railway line is expected to reach shortly to most of the parts, including Manipur, in northeastern region. So we are going to see the air connectivity, which used to be difficult, now with the new civil aviation policy, as we will be doing another event in August, the air connectivity problem is likely to be resolved. There is going to be a boom of air services between northeastern region and ASEAN countries, rest of the country, because smaller aircrafts, a number of airstrips will get revived. Smaller airports will come because you don't need every time huge investment in the airport infrastructure. If the number of flights, chartered flights is limited, you simply need one good airstrip and basic facilities. As I was told in one of the conferences that prior to Second World War, northeastern states, 7 sisters, 8 if you include Sikkim also, had about 80 airstrips and airports in that region. It was entirely for different reasons because, as I said, during the Second World War. But making them operational is extremely easy because the basic infrastructure still exists. And they are either with the state government or they are with the defense forces, and therefore reviving that infrastructure, which is now part of the civil aviation policy, is extremely easy. And we are going to see a boom in the coming years as far as air connectivity of that region is also concerned. So I must thank you all for having made it possible. We were a little apprehensive in the beginning, but we want and we urge, we request the Mumbai film industry to actually pay a visit to Northeast. Officials of the northeastern states are here, both from the tourism department, the information department, and the resident commissioners. And you can exchange cards, you can exchange communication. We would request you to go and experience yourself. And we have also would like to request the northeastern states to come up with the film promotion policy for their respective states. Because what we have seen that some state governments like UP, Rajasthan have recently brought out, and this was being explained by one of the gentlemen present here, Mr. Rahul Mitra was mentioning this, that how the Bullet Raja was shot in UP because of various incentives that the state government offered. I think you said about 108 days the shooting happened there. Now, this can phenomenally change the local economy of these places, because the trickle-down effect, the multipliers effect of shooting in a particular area is tremendous, because local food, local hotel industry, transport industry, everything gets a boost and everybody gets job, everybody gets money. This was explained by Dr. Gulshan Sharma also, that what happened with Singapore. Singapore is the latest example. We have seen what has happened with New Zealand and Switzerland tourism from India. And it's Switzerland, I just met the vice president of the Yash Raj Films, who is also present here. In Switzerland, you have now the whole street and the village after Yash Raj Chopra. So, because they recognize his contribution and contribution of his shooting, how the Switzerland got tremendous tourism boost. And following from that, several countries, including New Zealand, then they started promoting Indian films to be shot there. Because if 1.3 billion people live in this country, they will travel out. Outbound tourism actually is much more in India than inbound tourism. And more Indians are traveling out. And so this is an opportunity for ASEAN countries in a big way. That how do you promote your locales, and more importantly, how do you create partnerships? Because partnership ultimately benefits both sides. And that the mutual benefit relationship is actually lasting and sustainable. Any relationship where the benefits are not mutual, it's not a win-win situation for both sides, that relationship will not be lasting and sustainable. And therefore, it's important that we create partnership, we create those bondages between the people, cultures, regions, so that rest of the business, economic and trade activities can flourish. And that is the reason why the Ministry of Commerce is here. Because ultimately, we would like businesses to grow, trade to grow, both in goods as well as in services. And this can create a fundamental, a very strong foundation for that relationship. So I'm sure there are a number of speakers who are going to share their views. I must thank everyone present here, all the dignitaries on the dais. And I'm sure let us take some very concrete steps at the end of this session. Let us resolve that the Northeast and ASEAN region can produce a lot of wonders, a lot of miracles if they start cooperating. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shri Sudhanshu Pandey, the Joint Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, for showing us the path. And
the South China Sea surrounds the northern portion of the land, while the Malaysian state of Sarawak borders all the other sides. Brunei Darussalam has a land area of 5,765 square kilometers, with a coastline of 161 kilometers along the South China Sea. About 74% of land area is reserved under the Forest Conservation Policy and a commitment to the Green Heart of Borneo initiative. The population of Brunei is approximately 420,000. Oil and gas has always been the major contributor to Brunei Darussalam's economy since its discovery in 1929. Currently, Brunei Darussalam is the fourth largest oil producer in Southeast Asia and the ninth largest producer of LNG in the world. Export in oil accounted for 66% of total exports, followed by LNG at 32.2%. These sectors contribute 66.6% to Brunei Darussalam GDP. However, having realized that oil and gas are not renewable natural resources and always sensitive to global trends and developments, as is happening now, the government of His Majesty the Sultan has embarked on a new phase of economic diversification by developing the tourism industry. The vision is to promote the country as a unique tourist destination and a gateway to tourism excellence in Southeast Asia. The objectives are to create international awareness of Brunei Darussalam as a tourism destination. The country offers a wide variety of attractive places to be visited and experienced. Culture, heritage, nature, contemporary Asia are the four pillars of Brunei tourism products, offering a unique blend of modern refinement, scenic allure, cultural reverence, and majestic opulence for the discerning traveler. Brunei Darussalam, a rainforest-covered gem of a country, is a refreshing tourist destination, offering a richly diverse natural and cultural heritage, a centuries-old majestic royal heritage, and an exciting contemporary site of magnificent accommodation, premium golf, first-class diving, and modern and efficient infrastructure. A clean and pollution-free environment, the near absence of traffic jams, uncrowded streets, and a healthy lifestyle make Brunei Darussalam a perfect getaway for holiday and a break from hectic phase of urban living. Brunei Darussalam tranquility, safety, first-class amenities, and distraction-free environment make the destination ideal for focus and productive incentive trips or business meetings, brainstorming sessions, corporate retreats, team-building events, conferences, or product launch. As a small, peace-loving nation, Brunei Darussalam is a safe, stable, healthy, wholesome, and sincerely hospitable society, which makes it an ideal holiday destination for families with children. The Brunei tourism industry has enormous room for expansion, which provides great opportunities to foreign investors with or without local partners. Brunei Darussalam genuinely welcome foreign investment and other forms of collaborations in the tourism industry. With very little competition and generous government support and incentives, the tourism and hospitality industry in Brunei Darussalam is indeed an attractive investment destination as well as a cinematic tourism destination. I would like to take this opportunity to invite all of you to visit and see for yourself why Brunei Darussalam is known as the Green Heart of Borneo, and to explore the tourism investment potential as well as cinematic tourism opportunities in the kingdom of unexpected treasures. Thank you for your kind attention.
A pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Distinguished JS Pandey, our excellencies, representatives from different missions, experts in the area of film and media, all the distinguished members of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me first and foremost, of course, to congratulate the organizers of this conference on cinematic tourism with special focus on the Northeast. The Northeast of India is a region of importance to Southeast Asia where we belong. It is, after all, India's gateway to us. With India's Look East and Act East policy, India is deepening its engagement with Southeast Asia through the Northeast in the areas of connectivity, commerce, and culture. The engagement of India through the Northeast with Southeast Asia is most welcome. On the first C, connectivity, all of us know that this encompasses more than just physical connectivity, which means infrastructure development. It also means institutional connectivity, which means harmonization of regulation. But the more important element of connectivity, which is at the heart of this conference, is the people-to-people connectivity that is undertaken through education, people-to-people exchanges, and tourism. This conference is significant because it provides a link between what we say cinema, film, with what is called tourism. This nexus, however, is not as straightforward as what has been explained. And I will talk off the cuff right now. A lot of us saying were experiences of this. Because of the Lord of the Rings, many of the people are actually traveling to New Zealand and going to the location of the film of the Lord of the Rings. The same has happened with the Harry Potter series, where many people are now actually visiting London. And that has actually also happened in our region, where many, because of the influence of Korean telenovela, many of the people in Southeast Asia are actually visiting Seoul and Jeju Island because of what has actually been depicted in many of their films, as well as their, what they call TV series. But the tourists who are actually attracted because of a film will only be able to realize the actual visit. As I mentioned earlier, it can be a visceral experience, in which case a good film can raise the understanding and awareness of a person about a different country, its people, and its culture. But beyond the vicarious is actually the actual visit to the country itself. And here there are different aspects that have to be addressed. The issue of access, which was mentioned. Do they have direct flights, or do they not have direct flights? Is it easy to apply for a visa or not? Are there facilities to actually accommodate the tourists? Are there services that actually meet certain standards? And are there necessary support that will encourage greater tourists to get to the country? So there are a number of elements that need to be addressed. I am not an expert, but I feel that while it is important for us to consider the link between films and tourism, it is important for us to address key issues and concerns for us to be able to move forward. Now, what is the Philippine experience? Well, I want to tell you, the Philippines is actually one of the larger film-producing countries in Southeast Asia. In fact, we had our first film in 1919, and film was actually introduced to the country as silent movies, as documentary, the late 1800s by Swiss nationals who came to the country. So the film industry in the country remains one of the oldest industry. It's also one in the region that has the large level of theater admission. We have actually gone from a cycle of birth pangs in terms of the early 1990s to the development.
Forward to having some shoot in Northeast region very soon, after we answer your questions. Very kind of you. Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have Cameron Rath New.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure and honor for me to attend the conference on behalf of my ambassador. I'm very agreed with the idea that you need now to connect with the media entertainment industry and the cinematic tourism. And ASEAN country and Northeast India. Because I remember that when I study in France, suddenly there are a lot of French tourism come to Vietnam. That's because he see some film shooting in Vietnam. 3 films, Dien Bien Phu, and Love, and Indochine. So I think that you can do together, because if only one country do, it's difficult. But if you work together, you can have a good success. So I imagine, I'm not working in the cinematic matters, but I imagine if there one movie shooting in Northeast India and also in Vietnam or ASEAN country, that should be very interesting, because the people can see many beautiful landscapes in India and also from Vietnam, from ASEAN country. So as the consulate general in Mumbai, and also we work for that with also my ambassador in New Delhi. So please contact me if you have some project or something that you try to find some partner. Thank you very much.
सारे बहुत टैलेंटेड हैं। मुझे लगता था पंजाब में सारा टैलेंट है, लेकिन आई थिंक ऑल ओवर इंडिया में जो हम बेहतरीन टैलेंट है वो बहुत अच्छा है। एंड ऑब्वियसली आई हैव हर्ड अ लॉट फ्रॉम देम अबाउट द प्लेस। आई हैव नॉट गॉट अ चांस इन माई लाइफ टू बी देयर, बट आई श्योरली वुड लव टू बी देयर एंड विजिट द नॉर्थ ईस्ट। एंड इवन आफ्टर टुडे हेयरिंग अबाउट सच ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स अबाउट द प्लेस और ज़्यादा मन कर रहा है। तो मैंने एक शो किया था जो मेरे को इंडिया के टफेस्ट टेरेन पे एक ट्रक चलाना था। सो आई होप कि मैं हिंदुस्तान की सबसे सुंदर टेरेन पे कोई 4 व्हीलर चला सकूँ जल्दी।
जैसे कि सब जानते हैं कि मणिपुर बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस है और मलेशिया के हिसाब से टूरिज्म के लिए जाना जाता है, लेकिन अगर फिल्मों के लिए भी जाना चाहिए।
करेक्ट, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। आई थिंक एज एन एक्टर आई थिंक सबसे बड़ी पर्क होती है कोई भी मीडिया को लेके, फिल्म्स को लेके, टेलीविजन को लेके, एड्स को लेके, कि हमारे को ट्रैवल मिलता है। दैट्स लाइक अ पर्क ऑफ आवर इंडस्ट्री एंड ऑल दैट। एंड व्हेन यू गेट टू सी न्यू प्लेसेस इट्स ऑलवेज इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल थिंग, बिकॉज पर्सनली मुझे ट्रैवल करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है। मोर देन सीइंग द प्लेस मुझे ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है वहाँ के लोकल लोगों के साथ बातें करने में। कई बार होता है, मैं कई कंट्रीज़ में ऐसे गया हूँ जहाँ पे इंग्लिश भी नहीं बोलते वो लोग, लेकिन उनकी लैंग्वेज में वो कुछ और बोलते हैं, मैं अपनी लैंग्वेज, मैं हिंदी में बात करता हूँ और उसके बाद जो कम्युनिकेशन होता है उसमें कई बार मज़ा आता है। सो मोर देन traveling, I find the culture exchange of two people, of two countries, of two states, I think it's very interesting. तो मेरे को मौका मिले मैं जल्दी जाऊँ और हॉलीडे करूँ। आज अपने घर वालों के साथ आया हूँ तो परमिशन भी मिल जाएगी अगर अकेले ट्रिप भी मारना हुआ तो। थैंक यू।
आई थिंक बहुत ज़रूरत थी इस स्टेप की, क्योंकि नॉर्थ ईस्ट हमारे देश का एक ऐसा हिस्सा है जो बहुत लंबे टाइम से नेग्लेक्टेड रहा है। एंड आई एम थैंकफुल टू दिस गवर्नमेंट जो प्रोएक्टिवली नॉर्थ ईस्ट को पूरे देश के साथ इंटीग्रेट करने में, इक्वल पार्टनर बनाने में जुटी है। और मेरा ख़ास लगाव है नॉर्थ ईस्ट से, क्योंकि मेरी वाइफ जो है वो खुद मणिपुर से है। एंड इस कॉन्फ्रेंस का एक असर ये हुआ है कि सिक्किम के ऊपर यहाँ जो ऑडियो विजुअल था कॉन्फ्रेंस शुरू होने से पहले, हमने इतना तो डिसाइड किया है कि अगली वेकेशन बच्चों के साथ सिक्किम में होगी।
इससे कितना फ़ायदा होगा बॉलीवुड या तो सिनेमा को देखा जाए तो?
देखिए, सिनेमा को कितना फ़ायदा होगा, ये शायद सिनेमा के फ़ायदे के लिए ये कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं है फ्रैंकली। ये ज़्यादा फोकस है कि एक तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट हमारे जो रीजन है उनको एक्सप्लोर करना, वहाँ की लोकेशंस, वहाँ के लोगों को फिल्म और शूटिंग से एम्प्लॉयमेंट जो मिले, कल्चरल एक्सचेंज हो, वो बेनिफिट, टूरिज़्म का बेनिफिट हो, और जो साउथ ईस्ट एशिया की जो कंट्रीज़ हैं, जो आसियान की मेंबर्स हैं, वो ज़्यादा यूनाइटेड हों एक दूसरे के साथ। क्योंकि जियोपॉलिटिकल रियलिटी अभी की ये है कि हम सबको एक साथ खड़े होना बहुत ज़रूरी है साउथ चाइना सी और उन सब के मद्देनज़र। ये फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को समझना होगा कि हमें नॉर्थ ईस्ट क्यों जाना है। हम खूबसूरती के लिए यहाँ वहाँ भागते हैं, जबकि इतनी ढेरों खूबसूरती भरी हुई है देश के अंदर में। और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जो गवर्नमेंट्स हैं, ये उनकी जिम्मेदारी है कि एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, सेफ्टी, सिक्योरिटी ये हमें मुहैया कराएं। एक एक्सचेंज शुरू होगा तो लोग समझेंगे कि ये भी हमारे ही देश का हिस्सा है।
लिपस्टिक अंडर बूट का ट्रेलर रिलीज हो गया ऐसा, लेकिन काफ़ी
एक हाँ हाँ जी, और हाँ एक मिनट, नॉर्थ ईस्ट के बारे में एक और बात कि फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को क्यों जाना चाहिए वहाँ पर। अगर एस.डी. बर्मन, आर.डी. बर्मन नहीं होते, जो कि त्रिपुरा से हैं, वहाँ की रॉयल फैमिली से हैं, नॉर्थ ईस्ट से, तो हमारी इंडस्ट्री अधूरी होती। डैनी डेंजोंगपा नहीं होते तो हमारी इंडस्ट्री अधूरी होती। तो आई थिंक इट्स पे बैक टाइम। अब हमारा टाइम है कि हम ये ऋण वापस चुकाएं, नॉर्थ ईस्ट जाएँ।
लिपस्टिक अंडर बूट का ट्रेलर लॉन्च हो गया जी, काफ़ी आलोचनाएं भी हो रही है इसकी और कंट्रोवर्शियल मूवी बताई जा रही है।
ये मूवी कंट्रोवर्सी के लिए तो बनाई नहीं गई थी भाई। इस डायरेक्टर की एक फिल्म की खासियत एक ये है कि इसमें तकरीबन पूरा क्रू 80% लड़कियां ही हैं। डायरेक्टर से लेकर के डायलॉग राइटर, लिरिसिस्ट, म्यूज़िक, सब लड़कियां हैं। तो लड़कियों ने मिल करके, महिलाओं ने मिल करके अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कि हमारे देश में समाज के एक ख़ास वर्ग में महिलाओं की स्थिति क्या है, उनकी आकांक्षाएं क्या हैं, उनके सपने क्या हैं, एक फ़िल्म बनाई है महिलाओं के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। किसी मर्द ने आकर के जो है उनको एक्सप्लॉइट करने के लिए फ़िल्म नहीं बनाई है। मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आता है कि जब सिर्फ सेक्स दिखाने के लिए, टिटिलेट करने के लिए लड़कियों की क्लीवेज दिखाई जाती है, कमर के शॉट दिखाए जाते हैं, बैक शॉट दिखाए जाते हैं, तब कोई कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं होती है। जब लड़कियां अपने मन की बात खुलकर कहना चाहती हैं सिनेमा के ज़रिए तो कंट्रोवर्सी हो गई। अजब देश की गजब कहानी है।
सर सेंसर बोर्ड से कुछ सीन्स कट हुए हैं?
आई हैव नो आइडिया। आई थिंक बहुत छोटे मोटे कट हुए हैं, ऐसे कुछ खास कट नहीं हुए।
सर जीएसटी कर आ रहा है, इसका क्या टेक है?
अब तो आ ही रहा है। अब जैसे वो कहावत है कि शेर आया, शेर आ गया तो क्या करोगे, जो करेगा शेर करेगा। तो जीएसटी आ गया है, अब जो करेगा जीएसटी करेगा, हम क्या करेंगे, हम बाहर। मैं बिल्कुल सपोर्ट में हूँ जी जीएसटी के, बहुत अच्छी पहल है। कल मेरे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ने मुझे बैठ करके समझाया कि किस तरह से बहुत से लोग जो टैक्स नहीं देते थे, जिनको टैक्स देना चाहिए था, वो भी अब कटघरे में आ जाएंगे जी। उनको टैक्स देना पड़ेगा और हम जैसे जो ईमानदार टैक्स पेयर हैं, हमारा बर्डन कम होगा, ज़्यादा टैक्स रेवेन्यू आएगा तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेहतर होगा देश का। सो इट्स गुड फॉर एवरीवन। खामखा हवा ना बनाए लोग इसको, जो डर, सिर्फ वही लोग हल्ला मचा रहे हैं जो टैक्स देना नहीं चाहते।
कितना फ़ायदा हो सकता है
इससे? तो ना सिर्फ फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को फ़ायदा होगा, टूरिज़्म को भी फ़ायदा होगा, होटल इंडस्ट्री को भी फ़ायदा होगा, ट्रांसपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री को भी होगा, एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस को भी होगा। तो सब जुड़ा हुआ प्रोग्राम है ये मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री का।
ओके, ये लो बेटा, ये लो बच्चे, ये लो बेटा, ये लो, ये लो बेटा। लंच करके जाइएगा बेटा, लंच के बगैर नहीं जाना है। ममता, भाई साहब को भी लंच कराना है। हाँ, और इन बच्चों के साथ तो मैं करूँगा। हाँ हाँ जी।
सर, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में देखा जाए तो एक और टूरिज्म प्लेस ओपन हो रहा है सिनेमैटिक के लिए, क्या कहना चाहिए इसके बारे में सर?
नॉर्थ ईस्ट की जब हम बातचीत करते हैं तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट से अच्छी खूबसूरत कोई जगह नहीं है। 8 स्टेट्स को जब आप लेके चलते हैं तो 8 स्टेट्स का एक बहुत ही अच्छा कल्चर, कुजीन, आर्ट, क्राफ्ट, हेरिटेज, ये सब चीज़ है। और ये आसियान के साथ भी जुड़ा हुआ है। इन सब चीज़ को हम जब इकट्ठा लेके चलते हैं तो आज बेसिकली यहाँ पर जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट की 8 स्टेट्स हैं और हमारी आसियान की जो 10 कंट्रीज़ हैं, क्योंकि आसियान इस साल 50 साल अपने सेलिब्रेट कर रहा है और इंडिया का जो लिंकेजेस है आसियान के साथ उसके 25 ईयर्स कंप्लीट हैं। तो आज मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स और इंडस्ट्री, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और उसके साथ ICSI, इंटरनेशनल चेंबर फॉर सर्विस इंडस्ट्री, इकट्ठे मिलके आज एक सिनेमैटिक टूरिज़्म की पॉलिसी पे फ्रेमवर्क कर रहे हैं। जितनी भी आपकी मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट के यहाँ पर एसोसिएशंस हैं, जितने भी बड़े प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस हैं, उन सब के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव के साथ आज यहाँ पर एक इंट्रैक्शन है, डेलिब्रेशन है, डिस्कशन है और बातचीत कर रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से उनकी क्या ज़रूरतें हैं। अगर वो लोग नॉर्थ ईस्ट में फ़िल्म बनाने के लिए आएँ या किसी म्यूज़िक वीडियो को शूट करने आएँ या कोई टेलीविज़न सीरियल को शूट करने आएँ, तो मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है और एट द सेम टाइम हम अपने पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट को इकट्ठा पैकेज कैसे कर सकते हैं।
इसका बजट की बात करें तो कितना तक बजट चलना चाहिए?
नहीं, बजट की बात नहीं। जब पॉलिसी की बातचीत करते हैं तो पॉलिसी फ्रेमवर्क के अंदर अभी बजट की बातचीत नहीं है। अभी तो ये अंडरस्टैंड करना है कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में, मान लीजिए अगर एक प्रोडक्शन हाउस आता है, उनको कैसे होटल्स चाहिए, कैसी अकोमोडेशन चाहिए, कैसी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन चाहिए, कैसा इक्विपमेंट चाहिए, कैसी मैन पावर चाहिए। तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अंदर एक बहुत सारा पोटेंशियल है अवेलेबल, जिसको टूरिज़्म के माध्यम से प्रमोट किया जा सकता है। तो उसी का नाम एक क्वाइनिंग सिनेमैटिक टूरिज़्म है।
वहाँ की लोकल पब्लिक को कितना अच्छा रहेगा उनके लिए?
बहुत अच्छा रहेगा, क्योंकि लोकल पब्लिक की इन्वॉल्वमेंट आप देखिए, मैंने जैसे आपको पहले भी कहा कि लोकल जो बच्चे हैं, जो वहाँ की जेंट्री है, जो वहाँ के लोग हैं, उन्हें म्यूज़िक के साथ पसंद है, म्यूज़िक के साथ लगाव है, एक्टिंग के साथ लगाव है, वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजाते हैं, डांस करते हैं। नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अंदर ये स्किल एक नेचुरल स्किल है, एक नेचुरल स्किल है। इसे कोई सिखाने की ज़रूरत मुझे लगता है कि नहीं है।
सर, GST आ गया है तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे? कल से आ रहे हैं,
आने दीजिए, फिर उसके बाद कहेंगे उसके बारे में।
आप इसके फेवर में है कि नहीं ये बताइए।
मैं सिर्फ आज ये कहना चाहूँगा कि पतंजलि को भी हमने साथ जोड़ा है, क्योंकि हम स्वदेशी हैं और जो बेस्ट पॉसिबल इंडिया के लिए हो सकता है, आज हम बेसिकली नॉर्थ ईस्ट को, आसियान को और हमारे इस पूरे रीजन को मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री के साथ प्रमोट करने के लिए इकट्ठे हुए हैं, एकत्रित हुए हैं।
थैंक यू सर।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। थैंक यू।
ये जो अभी हो रहा है बहुत ज़रूरी है। ये जो कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज़ और नॉर्थ ईस्ट और मीडिया, क्योंकि मेरा जो और भूपेन जी का जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है, डॉक्टर भूपेन हज़ारिका, हम लोगों ने काम शुरू किया एज पायोनियर्स मोर देन 45 इयर्स बैक। और जो प्रॉब्लम्स हम लोगों ने वहाँ पे फेस किया, वो प्रॉब्लम्स अब तक हैं, जैसे कि लैक ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जैसे कि सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायरमेंट अगेंस्ट इंसर्जेंसी, जैसे कि कनेक्टिविटी टू दैट प्लेस, बिकॉज मुंबई से या रेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया से लिटरली गुवाहाटी पहुंचने में ही आपको बाय ट्रेन इट टेक्स 4 days to 5 days, and Guwahati is only the beginning. Guwahati is the gateway to the northeast. So ये सब चीज़ों के लिए we need active participation from state governments as well as the central government. How to amalgamate all this and allow us to explore the fantastic virginal beauty of every state of northeast. चाहे वो अरुणाचल प्रदेश हो या मेघालय या मणिपुर, नागालैंड, मिजोरम, असम, अब तो सिक्किम तो हैज़ बीन जॉइंड इन, त्रिपुरा भी है, बट त्रिपुरा एंड सिक्किम आर more connected to Bengal, so it's easy to communicate and go there. But Northeast is like going into the wilderness. But I'm very happy because between Dr. Bhupen Hazarika and myself, over 45 years, we've made more than 130 documentaries on the Northeast. We have made 2 important television serials, Lohit Kinare and Dawn of Misty Lands. And of course, I have made my first feature film Ekpal and my third feature film Daman with Shabana Azmi, Nasiruddin Farooq and Ravina Tandon. All our work has been nationally and internationally awarded. So जितनी मेहनत हमने की और श्रम हमने की उसका रिजल्ट तो मिला. एंड भूपेन जी इतने मशहूर थे और मशहूर हैं कि जो काम हमने किया वो रिलीज़ हुआ, टेलीकास्ट हुआ. सो रेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया तक it is Dada Bhupenda who is the pioneer and me as his partner who took Northeast to the rest of India and the world.
Hi, I'm very happy to be the part of this Northeast Tourism concept because ये बहुत ही बड़ा मूव है फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी और टूरिज़म इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी, क्योंकि जब भी हम एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री की बात करते हैं, हम बाहर जाके शूट करना चाहते हैं, तो द मोस्ट डिफ़िकल्ट टास्क इज़ टू गेट द लोकेशंस and many other facilities, infrastructure, and when we go for Reikis, we don't know the virgin locations, where to find out. So when tourism ministry gets involved in such kind of things, तो चीज़ें काफ़ी easy और convenient हो जाती है. और आज की जो conference का ये जो मुद्दा है कि how Bollywood should be connected to tourism ministry and now Northeast Asian countries, India, and ASEAN countries, I think this is going to be a big boom for both of us. So I wish all the good luck to the team who's organizing this and also Mr. Gulshan Sharma ji and Mr. Pandey जिन्होंने ये initiative लिया है. And I'm sure अभी producers और directors को कुछ भी चीज़ के लिए problem नहीं आएगी आने वाले time पे future में, and we can do a lot of work. We can have better locations in the movies which won't be repeated, and we will have a better infrastructure and movies will become more beautiful. And I think you all know that जैसे क्रिश की फर्स्ट सिंगापुर कनेक्टिविटी बनी थी हमारी टूरिज़म मिनिस्ट्री से, और क्रिश ने इतना अच्छा काम किया था जिससे टूरिज़म रेज हो गया था सिंगापुर का, ऐसे ही नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया और आसियान सिटीज़ का भी टूरिज़म रेज होगा एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री की हेल्प से. सो फ्रॉम दिस प्लेटफॉर्म आई वांट टू टेल एवरीबडी, जॉइन अस, सपोर्ट दिस कॉज, वी आर विद यू. थैंक यू.
Ellipsis Entertainment has been incorporated. Lovely. Come on, let's hear it for that reason. And the second gorgeous lady, please dance together once again for Gurpreet Kaur Chadha. Ma'am, can we please have you here? A General Secretary of Mumbai Regional Mahila Congress Committee and an active Congress party worker for Mumbai District. She's recently elected as a member of advisory panel which will positively impact the society and give a new voice to challenges facing all Indians. Thank you very much. And of course, the very producer and actor, Kenny started his career as a solo dancer in 1989. Spotted at one of the college dance competitions, he joined Arshad Varsi's dance team as a chorus dancer and associate choreographer from 1990 to 1992. He became India's first Indian male VJ on Channel V. Kenny appeared, well, in the Rock On for Humanity concert, a charity event fronted by Farhan Akhtar, Ritesh Sidhwani and Arjun Rampal, benefiting the Nargis Dutt Memorial Charitable Trust. Kenny co-hosted the event with actress Sophie Chowdhury. It's a pleasure to have you here, Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen, let us open our hands together for Shri Jahanu Barua of Assamese art cinema. So it's an honor to have him here with us. He's best known outside Assam for his Hindi film Maine Gandhi Ko Nahi Mara, a drama which uses the principles of Gandhiism for its thematic backstory. Sir, आपसे humble request है. Sir, आपको जल्दी भेजेंगे sir. You'll be the first speaker. Humble request, sir. Please, can we please have you on the dais? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Sir. Let's all put our hands together for eminent violinist and HR professional from Assam once again, Ms. Sunita Bhuyan, a recipient of the Indira Gandhi Priyadarshini Award for Excellence in Music.
Just the mic. Is it okay? Combining both the sessions together, and that's why you might have not seen such a big panel ever in any discussion. So big hand for this panel because we have combined everything and we have worked it out and we have planned it out. Now when we are talking about films, when we are talking about television, when we are talking about music albums, when we are talking about animation, when we are talking about digital, and of course with all that media entertainment, we are also going to talk about somewhere the northeast region of India and of course the ASEAN countries. I would request Dhananjay, you also come because in NHRD I have to take some commitment from you because you have to help some youth from the northeast who have to be given some. Yes. Okay, Kalpana ji kahan hai? Okay. Kindly give a bouquet to her there. We have given. Kalpana ji is also here with us. You have a big clap, big round of applause for her. And but she will sit there and she will talk from there. Because she says moving from there to this place would be a little difficult for her. So let her be there. No problems.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, we will have your views from there only. Yeah, very kind of you. Simran, you got to of yours, whatever you feel like. We are here to have a policy framework for the Northeast region. If the media entertainment industry is ready to come to Northeast and to go to the ASEAN countries, what exactly you are looking forward to? What we should prepare? Somebody has mentioned a couple of points in the morning, infrastructure and all. Dekhiye, the Rome was not built in a night. So it will take its own time. Whatever is available, how we can make optimum use of that, how we can make best use of that. If you have to like something, you see the positivity and the positive part of that. When you have to dislike something, you always see the shortcomings of that. So we are going to see what all is the availability, positive, good, nice, decent in that particular region. And believe you me, I told in the morning and I'm sharing with all of you over here, none of us, than the people who belong to Northeast, have spent more than 43 years of their life, which I as a Punjabi has spent in Northeast. I am associated with Northeast for the last 43 years, and when I look at Barwa Saab's terrain, right from Margareta to Dinjon, to Palitona, to Chhabua, to Dibrugarh, to Moran, to Shivsagar, to Jorhat, to Kaziranga, to Dispur, I have walked on foot as a soldier of Indian Army. I know what the place is. When I look at Arunachal Pradesh, there is no place which I have not seen. When I go to Mizoram, there is no place which I have not seen. The thing is, it's such a beautiful place, such a beautiful people, such a beautiful aura, so much of untapped potential we have got in that particular region. So, industry, what you are looking forward to? From experts, people in the panel, we would like to have some views, and by the time we pack up today, we would be a true Indian and good successful people if we organize a good complimentary fam tour from Philippine ambassador, from Brunei ambassador, from Vietnam fraternity, from Malaysia, from Thailand, something we should work out with them. Let them also invite the fam tour of the media entertainment people to their countries. Let's package the whole thing together. Sudhanshu Pandey, you mentioned this morning
the culture, the cuisine, the feature, the topography, the geography, everything when you talk about Northeast and ASEAN is something common for all of us. With these words, I would request Tej Barua ji, भाषा आपकी, प्लेटफॉर्म आपका, माइक आपका, ऑडियंस आपका, समय आपका, जो भी आप देना चाहें, 2 मिनट देना चाहें, 4 मिनट देना चाहें, आपकी मर्जी है। सबसे पहले मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, आप अपने विचार दीजिए और उसके बाद we will take on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have also been invited and we have been joined by none then a very handsome, smart, wonderful, I see a lot of smile, wonderful, Mr. Majutia. Good big hand for him, please. Yes, pleasure to have you with us. Okay.
Thank you. In fact, I just came to say hello. And the whole day I've been busy actually. If you please don't mind, I'll be leaving very soon. That's why I requested let me just say a few words. It's a great, especially when that the Northeast is tagged. I feel very emotional about it. Not just, not because I belong to Northeast. My heart is there. It's for many things actually. I'm very much emotionally involved. And today, as a filmmaker, I always keep feeling that Northeast, the way it should have been had exposure to the outside world, that hasn't happened yet. We had very our beloved legends like Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, and he's no more, but such legends are there, and due to such legends, whatever is known about Northeast outside, and it's because of them. I'm not saying that others, rest of the world, they are not interested to know about Northeast. And but I would like to mention that Northeast has so many things to offer. What nature can provide to the rest of the world, it has everything. Only one needs to go there and see it. And I will not, say the list. Only one big factor of nature doesn't exist there, that is the sea. Otherwise you get everything, almost everything. So far beauty is concerned, it is absolutely virgin beauty. Even being from Northeast, I have not finished. It will take me about next 100 lives to enjoy Northeast. So that is exactly I feel, although I stay in Mumbai, I keep going to Northeast and keep traveling there as if I have not had enough. And today, in front of the film fraternity here, I would just like to make an appeal that please come to Northeast, and Northeast is there to be explored of the beauty, but not exploited. Explored about the beauty and something that people are innocent, emotional. They have a whole lot of stories. And I would appeal to the filmmakers of the world that please come and make your stories there. Not your stories, Northeast stories, and make your films. And that would, that would be a great service to Northeast. And Northeast, as I said earlier, that the way it should have, it deserved to be known. It has not been known yet. It all depends on people like the creative people who we expect them to come, then explore its beauty. And I'm sorry I will take leave, and
tourism plays an important role in entertainment industry, and I recently produced 2 Punjabi films. They are about to get released, and we feel even the Punjabi cinema is getting big boom in the entertainment industry, and regional cinema.
it's nice because especially I felt happy that Northeast is being tagged here, and the way the Northeast deserves to be seen and known outside the world. It's not yet happening, so it's a very good thing actually that people, I mean, if they come to Northeast and filmmakers and then they make films there, and it's good for Northeast. That's how that's what I feel.
Say about Dr. Gulshan Sharma's taking the entire initiative, the government of India. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's good actually. At least it's something. Some beginning is happening, and how it should develop. That is to be seen. But anything that for the betterment of Northeast, I'm always there. That's how I feel that and I hope that a lot of good things will come out of it.
Thank you so much.
All the tourism bodies get together, and if they can evaluate a project, and that's what they typically do internationally. There's a cultural test. So it doesn't apply to any producer who goes and shoots over there. Any producer who goes to Northeast and talks about terrorism and negative stuff should not be getting. But if you're talking about a romantic film, if you're talking about music, if you're talking about the culture of Northeast India, you should be eligible to a small token, whatever it is. It could be 50 lakhs, it could be 1 crore, it could be 25 lakhs Indian rupees. We all know that UP is giving about 2 crores. So that a lot of movies have actually shifted to Uttar Pradesh because of this. Some of the states are already contemplating this. So I think Northeast India should do something like this, have a film commission, offer a small token so that even if it's 25 lakhs or 50 lakhs, that offsets the cost of a film unit that travels all the way from Mumbai or from Hyderabad or from Chennai to come and shoot over there. Apart from this, I mean, since the Asian countries are also here and we should not be ignoring them. Again, the divide is very clear. So we have been shooting a lot in Thailand, Singapore and Malaysia. But we've not been shooting in Vietnam, Myanmar and Philippines. And it's not that they're not beautiful or they don't have anything to offer. But the issue is infrastructure, awareness and incentive. So Thailand is offering a 15% now. And this despite so many films being shot over there from India and Hollywood. But that 15% really offsets a lot of your costs. It takes care of your airfare, it takes care of your the travel, the boarding. So many things can be taken care of by that. As far as Singapore is concerned, we know ad hoc they've been giving money to big projects. They've done it for Krish. I believe they've done something for Badrinath and some of the other films. So these are carrots, and there's always a return for all of this. So like earlier
earlier it was mentioned in the earlier session that Mr. Rakesh Roshan was given so much money and that money came back. There's a research, you can just go through all the tourism researches of various countries. Last year we shot a film Bay Fichteau in Paris. It didn't do that well. Despite that, we got a letter from the French embassy saying that the tourism to Paris this year in April has gone up by 33%. So I mean, I don't think that 33% was all Bay Fichteau. But even if that played a 10% role or a 15% role, just multiplied with the number of people traveling and the number of money, the amount of money that comes in the country or the state or the city. So these are things that we should really look deep into. We should really push, ways to find ways to shoot in Northeast and to create awareness, like Tanil spoke about, and probably have a very small incentive that takes care of the travel of the units and stuff like that. Have a film commission that creates more awareness, that is a little more transparent about locations, about the things available, the equipment, and all of that available. And the same applies to all the other countries in the Asian countries where we've not been shooting, unfortunately. Just create a little more awareness. I know Philippines is here, and I just want to share one more thing, that I was a part of a family trip to Philippines 5-6 years back. It's a beautiful country, I mean, we all know that. The challenge is Thailand, that comes before that. So the film unit stops at Thailand, they don't travel further. So if you all can find ways to make the rebate a little bigger in terms of better than Thailand, so the cost is offset, I'm sure a lot of films will start shooting in Philippines as well. So we can continue this discussion. There's so much to do and so much to say, but I don't think we have time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you.
I don't know what to talk because everybody has talked about the infrastructure and everything. So what I suggest about the Northeast, what they should do is, they should make some documentaries from other locations. And Gulshan ji, you should have one more program like this. Have the documentaries of other places, about the locations. Because we don't know, nobody knows what is there, what are the locations there. If you show those locations to the producers and directors, they will know how to make their stories and how to take them there. And about the infrastructure, you must have it there, the hotel stay and other things, and definitely the incentive, which is more important for all the producers. Because this is the cost of making of the film is going up and recovery is very less. So all the producers, they are definitely very conscious about the making of the films. And I think that's what I can only say. And the producers, definitely our producers, they want the good location, because whatever I was watching here, the locations are wonderful. I don't know why we go out. If we really can go to those places and shoot, we should do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Actually, what Abdul Saab said is very valid. Everything is said by Garg and Ashish. So practically speaking, we need to work out, how shooting is possible in Northeast. We feel ashamed that we go to New York and Russia and we don't go to Northeast. The distance is not on the map, but in our minds. And that distance we have to rectify. I think more than anything else, we need cultural exchange. We should know the culture first. We should know the folk stories, the people, songs. Then we can incorporate them in our films. Unless that's not done, everything else is a business proposition. It's very cosmetic. The cinema is also a business, but also it is something with lives. If we involve characters, songs, stories, and ethos of Northeast, then there will be a proper combination. I think Abdul Saab has said we need to see documentaries of Northeast locations. I will correct it in a very practical manner. Not documentaries, but showreels, simple showreels. These are the places, this is the distance from the airport, these are the people, these are the offices, these are the line producers. The main important thing is line producers. How many people are aware of film shooting, the local people? If we know about that, then we can try. And one more thing, we can do film festivals, Hindi film festivals over there, Indian film festivals over there, and Northeast festivals in Bombay, in Calcutta, and Chennai, and major centers. So when we watch Northeast films, we can come to know that this kind of locations are available. These are the places. Or the dub film in English or Hindi or Indian languages from Northeast, that can help us. So we will take baby steps and practical steps. Otherwise, everything else is just a talk. And we have to make it work practically. And I'm sure after this event, conference, we will come out with some pragmatic steps. Thank you so much, Pandeyji and Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elsa.
I'm really sorry, I have a dubbing of a senior actor and it's very, very unavoidable. Thank you so much.
We would love to thank you, Mr. Sanjay Chair, Indian writer and director. Thank you so much.
I think everybody has spoken about the problems in Northeast. I would not like to focus on that because yes, we know infrastructure is not there because nobody ever went to shoot them. Simple. And today it is a very revolutionary step. I'll not be focusing so much on the ASEAN aspect, more on Northeast because that's much closer to my heart. My wife is from Manipur. Two things. Why we should go to Northeast? Because we can go anywhere. Our country has two religions, movies and cricket. Simple. These two things unite us, the whole nation. Northeast, unfortunately, the whole country, not just the government, we have neglected Northeast for too long a time. I'm thankful to the present government that proactively you're trying to unite Northeast with rest of India, to make them feel that yes, you are part of India. For that sheer reason, filmmakers, I think it's our national duty to go and shoot in Northeast, to make them feel that yes, you're not neglected anymore, you're part of us. Efforts will be needed. Problem is multifarious, I think, because there's no awareness, as Sanjay Chahal said. We don't know the culture, we don't know what is the local cuisine, costumes. Ignorance on our part, it is not the duty of the Northeast to tell us about them. It is our duty to find out more. We need to be educated. Documentaries, commissioning mini-series, even going a step further, if we can have a think tank of luminaries from the industry, directors, writers, and not just Hindi. I think you should approach South as well, Tamil and Telugu industries, because all said and done, they are more adventurous as compared to us. I'll be very honest. You must have a think tank. If need be, commission a movie. Because, waiting for the right script which will integrate northeastern locations into something or a story, it's not going to happen very soon. People will take time, policies will have to be framed, it will be a trickle effect, slowly and slowly. If you want to give it a jump start, I would suggest commission either a mini-series or a movie. Think of a story specifically. We have writers. And as Sanjay rightly pointed out, that cultural exchange is very, very necessary. Very necessary. Rest of the country needs to know what we are missing out on. Very recently, there was a very bad incident in Delhi, the Delhi Golf Club, where a woman from Meghalaya was asked to leave because she was wearing a traditional dress. And the manager thought that she's dressed as a maid. That is the level of ignorance of rest of the India. We need to correct that. That will happen. Let's not focus on the negative things. Apart from that, I think we need to, as industry, as writers, producers, directors, we need to analyze where we have been wrong. Because my wife is a trained actress, and I am an actor, I'm not a producer or a director. I can only talk from the point of view of a creative person as far as acting is concerned. A person with Oriental features in Hindi mainstream industry is either being stereotyped as a watchman, or a person working in a restaurant, a waiter, or somebody working in the flesh market. These three stereotypes. Thankfully, Yash Raj broke that stereotype with Chak De when a Northeastern was portrayed as a regular, normal person. Just to lighten the atmosphere, by the way, the person name, the character's name was Molly. That's based on my wife's name, because Jaideep is a good friend. Yeah. So I think indirectly we have contributed something. So we need to broaden our horizon also. It took us a long time to integrate Sikhs into mainstream cinema as normal people. They were just, comic stereotypes. So we also need to think that how we break these stereotypes. There will be baby steps, yes, definitely. But that is the effort which will be needed on our part. As government and ministry, I think you need to work on the think tank. That's it. Thank you.
जब लेट आते हो तो आपको बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है. आप जो कुछ बोलने वाले तो आगे वाले सब बोल चुके होते हैं. So coming straight to the point is that everybody said about the infrastructure. I read it's very well presented that you need infrastructure, what you're going to do about the infrastructure, and already a couple of people said, very well said, that the rest of the India, the world does not know your stories, culture. And today, I will say certain things is very practical because everybody is so hopeful here. And we're just painting a the bright picture. But you look at very practical aspect of it. So it has become very competitive. The business has to be very cost effective. So if you're looking at a business in Northeast, promoting tourism is little separate for me than culture and other things. So the right people, authorities will have to separate those two things. And if you're looking at business, I would just first say a couple of things on business which are a little alarming. If I want to create some very nice, scenic looking locales, today it happens on computer graphics, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm not trying to dishearten you. We all, if you're looking at a business in today's time, we'll have to all go above what we are thinking among the boundaries, what I will seen, that Kashmir mein shooting hota tha or Manali was shot or blah blah blah. Today, times have changed completely. So now, what you need to do, especially I'll just talk a little about television because I head the Television Producers Association, and what I would recommend is create stories and shows which are completely based in Northeast, and a producer or a channel can get on, get in a collaboration with you all, with especially the Northeast state, and then that show which is made entirely in Northeast will take Northeast story, characters, and then you don't have to worry about father kaisa lagta hai, mother looks what, everybody is from Northeast. And it will be promoted, the entire Northeast will be promoted, and when you do a serial, a show, where you need to shoot for a year or a little more than that, you don't have to worry about the computer graphics to competition to anything. The whole show is shot in Northeast, actors from Northeast, everything except some technicians which you will require from outside, they will come, and that's how I believe the entire Northeast will get an opportunity to get exposure to the world. So I said this about TV, and I feel really we need to look at a lot of things, and by saying this, my basic main purpose to be here, when I was speaking with Parul was following with me, I said, and I'll really try, I've just shot one pilot in one hill station, I'm not naming it. I've just shot one pilot in one hill station, so I know what problems and everything I've gone through, I'll share that with you. I am already looking at shifting that show to Northeast, and I will definitely, I do not know whether we should be applauding that right now or not, thank you very much, but I'm looking at it. Now there are many aspects, and I'm looking at it. Why? For one simple reason, I never knew that okay, Northeast is offering so much. I have been to Northeast, I love that place. I never thought of shooting there. And suddenly, after I shot the pilot, I got to know about it. I said, this is a good opportunity. I will definitely speak to you, and I'll definitely try to see that whether conceptually my show fits in there or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Manjeethia.
ये बहुत अच्छा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, बड़ा अच्छा कॉन्फ्रेंस है। क्या होता है कि देखिए ऐसी ही जगहों से एक स्टेट से आप दूसरे स्टेट जाते हो और वहाँ पे आपके स्टेट के बारे में इन्फॉर्म करते हो, तो आज काफ़ी बॉलीवुड से यानी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री से, टेलीविज़न के बहुत प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं, काफ़ी मेकर्स यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं, तो काफ़ी लोगों में ये अवेयरनेस फैलेगी। काफ़ी इन्होंने पब्लिसाइज भी अच्छा किया है, यहाँ कुछ इंटरव्यूज़ होंगे, आज बातें फैलेगी। नॉर्थ ईस्ट जो 5-6 स्टेट को मिला के बहुत सीनिक जगह बनती है, उस शूट के लिए प्रोड्यूसर्स को एनकरेज करना चाहता है, सब्सिडीज़ देना चाहता है। जब ऐसी ऑफर्स आती हैं तो कोई भी मेकर जो हमेशा ये सोचता है कि यार मैं बाहर जाऊँगा, मुझे करना तो है शूट, पर खर्चा बहुत हो जाएगा, तो उसके लिए पहला ही एक बड़ा जो विघ्न होता है, सोचने में ये विघ्न होता है क्रिएटिव के दिमाग में, वो निकल जाता है। अ क्रिएटिव पर्सन कैन थिंक फ्रीली दैट ओके इफ ही विशेस टू शूट इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट, एटलीस्ट द कॉस्ट प्रेशर विच ही वॉज थिंकिंग इज टेकन ऑफ। नाउ अबाउट द क्रिएटिव प्रोसेस, मुझे नाउ अबाउट द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल प्रोसेस, तो मुझे लग रहा है जबकि गवर्नमेंट यहाँ सामने से आई है और इतने लोग यहाँ जुड़े हुए हैं, तो सारी परमिशन होती है जो वहाँ जाने की बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होती है। हम कहीं और जाते तो वो पहले तो पता नहीं चलता कैसे ऑर्गेनाइज़ करें, तो मुझे लग रहा है 1 विंडो क्लियरेंस जैसी परमिशन मिल जाएगी और बहुत ऊपर से सपोर्ट मिलेगा। तो कोई भी क्रिएटिव पर्सन अगर आज ऐसा सोचता है कि मुझे नॉर्थ ईस्ट जाके शूट करना है, तो उसके लिए बहुत आसान हो गया। बस इस बात को आप लोगों को थोड़ा बढ़ावा देना है, और जहाँ जिस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आप इसको प्रमोट कर सके करना चाहिए। बिकॉज मैं आई हैव बीन टू नॉर्थ ईस्ट, बहुत खूबसूरत जगह है, यानी ये पूरे हिंदुस्तान को, पूरे वर्ल्ड को देखनी चाहिए कि इंडिया में मैं लगातार 10 साल से अब्रॉड हॉलीडेज़ के लिए जाता था। बीच में 1 साल ब्रेक लेके नॉर्थ ईस्ट गए थे हम लोग, और मुझे याद है मेरे बच्चे वहाँ ज़्यादा खुश हुए थे, हम वहाँ ज़्यादा खुश हुए थे, और हमको लगा था यार हम क्या बाहर चले जाते, विदेश चले जाते हॉलीडेज़ के लिए, इंडिया तो देखते ही नहीं, इंडिया इतना खूबसूरत है और नॉर्थ ईस्ट इज़ ब्यूटीफुल, सुपर। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि बहुत लोग इसको सपोर्ट करें, बहुत लोग इसका फ़ायदा उठाएं और नॉर्थ ईस्ट को इतना लोगों तक लेकर आए ताकि हमको पता चले कि हमारे इंडिया में क्या क्या खूबसूरत जगह है। माय प्लेजर।
And I think my job is rather simple now. For any successful film, for any film to be successful, blockbuster, 2 things are important. It has to have emotions, and it has to have that binding streak in it, so that the whole story can be taken forward. Today, the whole of discussion that we had, it had a true blend of heart and mind. A lot of people spoke completely from their hearts, which is expected, and a lot of people who had business in their mind spoke purely from mind, which is also expected. But when mind and hearts they come together, then a good script is written, and that is what has happened actually today. So a lot of good ideas, a lot of good thoughts, practical suggestions. If we all together make our intentions clear,
this resolution to ourselves that whatever we have discussed, we will contribute our part. Whatever little we can contribute, we will keep this day in mind, keep the northeastern region in mind, and try to do our bit. Let us not always think that somebody else should be taking the first step. Let us take the first step. So whether this is industry, whether this is an HRD, or skill people who are into production, studios, financing, direction, each one of us can do something which together can mean a lot to the people and to the region of the northeastern states. I am extremely happy that it turned out to be a very productive engagement. And our resolution is, our commitment is, what northeastern states have stated here. They have given you open arm welcome. Message from the governor and the chief minister that whatever help is required, make up your plans, contact them. Whatever best is possible as far as the states are concerned, they will extend that support. From the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, we will continue to take this event forward, try to convert every decision or mention which was made here to convert into something which is doable, try to see how we can integrate with various other ministries from government, as well as work with the industry to ensure that whatever is expected, as was mentioned by Lynn, she became very emotional, remembering her childhood, that what she wanted to become, she has actually become. But she wants you all to own up her dreams. So if we own up their dreams, they become our dreams. And if they are our collective dreams, then we make them possible. That is what our effort should be. Thank you very much to Gulshan Sharma ji and his team, because they must have put in a whole lot of effort. At one stage I was also scared, as was mentioned, that unless we keep the doors closed, perhaps we will never reach the closing stage. The hall will become empty, but I am very happy that even at the closing time we have a lot of people. Sunita ji gave us a glimpse of beautiful music, folk music, which needs to be revived, needs to be actually propagated, spread, because music has no language. It is understood all over the world by everyone, even without understanding lyrics. You listen to good music and you start tapping. And that is what she did today. Thank you very much to everyone. And let us hope that we continue to connect in future and try to do our best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sudhanshu Pandit. Thank you very much. Simran, I will hand you over because time is too short, child. Let's go ahead quickly. Yeah.
Shall we start the felicitation?